Let's move on to our next story about Randy Pitchford, the Gearbox CEO, who's winning everybody's hearts. No, he's not. Dear fucking God. So basically, the deal with Randy Pitchford is if this was just these allegations and he did not comment, frankly, I think it would have been better for him than if he commented. So, what happened? So there's a lawsuit going on against him due to the fact that he allegedly took $12 million and used it, that could have been used and should have been used for the company and to potentially fund Borderlands 2, or at the very least to pay people, right? Even before paying them to do new projects, to pay them for other projects, because that should be company money. He allegedly illegally siphoned $12 million to his own personal account. Now, if it just ended there, I probably wouldn't be talking about this. But the problem is that it not only does it not end there, but a lot of other news sites or YouTubers, and I understand if you're worried about, your video being demonetized, I totally get it. But there is some other stuff here that I really think, I don't know, was that a voice crack? What the fuck? But either way, there's other stuff here that I really think we should talk about and that really do matter. So not only has he been accused of stealing this money, which, yes, embezzlement is terrible, but sadly it happens. Welcome to corporate America. It shouldn't happen. Should not happen, but I feel like that's just something that people do to screw over the little guy, and we should have people who are at that level, CEOs and people like that, to be more accountable rather than being able to do things like this both illegally and using legal loopholes to do little things like this. Like my favorite is when someone who's fired from a company from doing something terrible gets, I know it's technically their stock, but they still get a payout of millions of dollars, and it's like, what? Like, I've never heard of someone who isn't a CEO being accused of something like sexual harassment and being able to get millions of dollars on the side. Now, but again, the first issue is, hey, he actually is being sued for that 12 million. But also, allegedly, that he apparently dropped or left a USB stick, a USB drive, containing underage pornographic content, and we didn't know where it was. Apparently, it was at a company event. That was just alleged in the lawsuit. But Randy Pitchford came in, and he said, no, we gotta get this record straight. It was a medieval times. Well, thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy, for telling us that it was a medieval times. I mean, many of us have left USB sticks with pornography. Not that type, but pornography at a medieval times. No, so that's the first thing he said. He was like, actually, it was at a medieval times. Thanks, Randy. And then he said that it was a cam girl. Again, thank you for getting vivid about this, Randy. And then he said that she was not underage. She was 18 years old, which, okay. I mean, again, it's just odd. And then, by the way, too, if he could have at least said it was because it was of sexual nature, I'd be like, okay, like that's why you would download a cam girl's video to your USB thumb drive. I don't know why it would be that same drive that you have other company secrets on. I guess because it was a corporate event, he brought that to the event and then just left it there. Either way, he said it was because he likes magic, which, look, I don't kink shame. But then he said, no. Again, not sexual, not kink. He likes magic, and he thinks that what this woman was doing was akin to a magic show. All right? Randy, I'm not going to say that I don't believe you, but I'm going to say that I don't believe you. Now, look, I'm not saying that this person who's alleging this of him, that they're 100% right as well in what they're claiming, because if what they're claiming is true, they're saying that it's not just that one video on Pitchford's USB stick. There was more, because what Pitchford then said was, hey, so basically, because the whole Pitchford comment was, yeah, so she's 18, cam girl, it's because what she was doing on camera was magic. All right. And then that someone at the medieval times tried to blackmail him because they saw that there were other company secrets on there. He gave that person swag, but didn't call it blackmail. He was like, well, he wanted to give us the USB thumb drive back in exchange for swag. That's called blackmail, but all right. That's actually the definition of blackmail, but whatever you want to say. It was a fair trade, sure. So it was then sent back to the corporate headquarters, but he wasn't in. So his secretary got it, put it in the drive, and then everybody heard about it. So it's again, if it's so hard because if it's just the one video, and she is 18 according to him, if that is true. Yes, her handle was only 18, which is yes, it gets creepy, but if she was 18, then as weird as it is completely legal, and I think we should only really be focusing on the 12 million if that is true. Now, if it is not true, or if it is true, but what the person is alleging is, no, there was more content and that was underage, that's something that I do think that we should be focusing on, and we shouldn't let that go if it ends up being true. And the reason why is because, look, I get it. Like, you're worried about your video being demonetized, and you're worried about, if you say this on your platform, that if the video is demonetized, YouTube won't push it, and therefore your voice won't be heard anyway. But even just on your personal Twitters, anywhere else, just talk about this story, and yes, say allegedly, of course, because it is alleged, but don't let the focus just be on the 12 million and make it seem like, oh yeah, and also there may have been some child pornography. Like, no, that's a big fucking deal. That's the thing that I would argue we should be focusing on, maybe even more than the $12 million, because it's just, one is the desecration of a child, who, again, we're not talking about the cam girl here. We're talking about, because we're assuming that she is, doing that of her own accord. She wants to do that. She wants to make money. God bless her, right? But anything else that might be on there, that if it is truly what this party is claiming, that's something that, again, we should just not let go. So yeah, this is rough. I don't know what else to say about this other than Randy Pitchford, get better reasons. Like, I feel like even if you're not what they claim you to be, you're still extremely incompetent and a weird person. And I know that people can have moments where they make weird decisions where on the it's just something that, if you make a decision in the moment, it, when looked back upon, might seem like a weird one. Okay, I get it. But it's just really odd in hindsight. Just saying, just put it out there. Like that your reasoning is, no, I downloaded it because I appreciate magic. Now, apparently he's on the record as someone who appreciates magic, so that's not a weird thing. But it's a little weird to me. Either way, guys, would love to hear what you think about the story in the chat and the comment section down below.